All right, anyway. Hello, everybody, and welcome to iReadit, bringing you your daily dose of the internet for Monday, May 7th, 2018. I am Michael Schwahn.
And I am Polly Scar.
Please remember, everyone, you can help support this show by going to patreon.com/dailyinternet, picking yourself up a shirt from the merchandise store. In the link in the description, we got the logo, we got the sucks to suck, and we got the I didn't vote for you,
Well, I didn't vote for you.
shirt right now available for you. Of course, please consider picking any of those up. We do go live Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. Alaska time on Facebook and YouTube. And if you have anything at all that you would like us to talk about, please send it to our subreddit, which is reddit.com/r/iRedditcast. Shit, what was your name again?
Polly Scar.
I could only remember the other one.
Yeah, let's not do that
Yeah,
one.
Mr. Scar, how are you today?
I'm doing all right. I took in 85 $20 bills.
Wow.
It was awesome.
Was it all at once? Because that would be even more impressive.
No, it was over the course of only 3 different transactions.
That's still pretty good, though.
There was one time that someone paid $5K of their bail in 20s.
Damn, I wish you would have said ones.
So, that would have been dope, but no.
Those are the moments when you go, so I realize just how against the rules this would be, but is there any chance at all that I can just fucking throw it?
yeah. I mean, I figure throwing it would be not so bad if I can collect all the money up afterwards and put it back in the bag.
Can we just just lock me in the break room for about 15 minutes with my phone so I can take some swag pictures with a fucking huge pile of cash, and we'll just
I got slapped in the face by it was like $1,000 worth of 20s. That was when I was still working at Bosco's. It was a free comic book. Well, it wasn't a free comic book day. It was another big event, and we had gotten a ton of money. And after Jordan counted it, he slapped me in the face.
And he was like, "It's $1,000." I
mean, I'm normally okay with people hitting me in the face with money, so I wasn't too upset. But that's dirty. That's gross.
Yeah, it's true. Money is gross.
Real gross. It's almost like getting sneezed on your face.
Weird. My thing is telling me some strange information. Our streaming program. What is it? Oh god, whatever. Anyway. So, anyway, how was your weekend, buddy? And in fact, actually, real quick, I need to make an apology to everybody. If you were wondering where the fuck the show was last week, well, that's because there was a people in my house Tuesday went.
Oh my
Tuesday,
god,
Wednesday.
there's people in your house?
I know, right? How dare they? How dare they infringe on this nerd's territory? But beyond that, no, I had problems in my bathroom, and it wasn't because of me.
Oh, I mean, I have problems in my bathroom too, but usually if I take a little bit of X-Lax, it helps.
Yeah, I got it. Thanks, friend. And so there was loud noises. God damn, this is just getting worse. Problems in the bathroom, loud noises. There was construction happening in my bathroom, and so there was construction noises.
Usually there's destruction happening in your bathroom, if you know what I mean.
Tools. all 3 of those days. And so that's why we did not have shows last week. So, Mr. Scar, how have you been for the last week?
I've been fucking upset.
Why?
So, I had a World of Warships account.
Okay.
If you guys don't know what it is, World of Warships is a online, it's like team. I want to say it's upwards to
whatever.
8v8.
You pilot a ship and you
matter.
fight other people in a ship.
You're a warship and you get to launch your cannons and shit. And
Broadsides!
So I was real upset at the people who developed World of Warships this last weekend.
Because they gave away a bunch of shit or something?
No.
I remember seeing something about World of Warships.
I had decided to play it again because I was watching my roommates play. So I was like, that's dope. I'll just, download it and everything, and it'll be great. I'll start playing it. So I downloaded it through Steam because it was now on Steam. And when I opened it, it tried to get me to sign up. And I was like, well, no, I already have an account. So I figured out a way to connect your account to the Steam, which doesn't really connect it. You stop a loader from happening. It doesn't matter. The point is, I was able to try and sign in.
Sure.
I tried to sign in, and it said my password was wrong. So I tried to get a password change. And when I put in my email, it said that there was no nothing registered to that email. Well, when Matt logged in, he looked, and my old account was still there, Bimmenstein. And when I went into my Gmail to get my to see if there was anything in there, I looked at World of Warships, and there's a bunch of emails from them. So I had an account, but they deleted the
credentials,
the email off of it. Yeah. And so I was like, all right, I'll start a ticket, and I'll ask them to put my credentials back on there. Well, in order to start a ticket, you have to start a new account.
Oh, get fucked, nerd.
So I just ended up creating a new account and playing from scratch anyways.
Get wrecked, nerd.
Which, I mean, when I started my last account, it was with a referral, so I should have gotten a free boat, and I never got that free boat. So it's not the first time I've had problems with them. But I'll be damned. I'll be damned if they don't make great fucking games. Because I'll tell you what, World of Warships is a fucking dope-ass game, and World of Tanks is like a faster, cool version of it. I mean, I wouldn't say cooler, because World of Warships is dope as fuck. But like,
as for me, I have been having a pretty good week, although I'm quite tired. Jennifer left on Friday morning to Hawaii. Her and her roller derby team went there to compete in an event which allows them to get onto the worldwide ranking roster for the WFTDA, which is the Women's Flat Track Derby Association, which means it's just me and the kid. And the kid had extra Taekwondo practice on Friday evening, had an all-day Taekwondo tournament on Saturday, had roller derby practice on Sunday, and I normally play games with other people on Sunday, and we did all of that all at the same time. I'm tired.
Doesn't sound like shit.
Shit.
Quit complaining.
I know. I'm such a fucking whiner. Such a whiner. Anyway.
I mean, shit.
I didn't have anything else to put on this one. So this is a correction announcement that the Associated Press deletes tweet that spread lie about NRA.
Okay, what was the tweet?
It was submitted by Chadwick via email.
Oh,
Damn
oh,
it.
yeah. I didn't see that. I'm sorry.
So it was related to our number one story
Not
from
in the blue box. There's no blue box there. I was confused.
I'm sorry. This is related to our number one story from Monday of last week, in which we talked about how there was a ban on guns allowed at an upcoming NRA event that Vice President of the United States of America, Mike Pence, was going to be attending. I do believe that we reported it correctly, but just in case people thought otherwise, I wanted to make sure that we got this clarification out there, and that is that the NRA are not the ones that instituted the ban on firearms on the property during the event. It was the Secret Service, because the Vice President was going to be there, which I do believe that is what we said, but just in case, apparently there was a bunch of misinformation being spread around, and just in case you have that misinformation, I wanted to give you the right shit. All right, anyway.
5.
Miners trapped 900 meters underground after earthquake strikes Poland.
This is submitted by Troll Caliber to our World News.
So, there are...
We got to get them out and back to their parents safely.
I'm confused.
They're miners.
God damn it, Nathan. Jesus Christ.
It's a pun.
I know I shouldn't, because, that's a lot of people, but...
It wasn't actually that many people.
Oh, yeah. Well, anytime I see the word miner, I have to make that pun.
That's fine. That is acceptable,
Ever
sir.
since I saw it once in a YouTube video with the Yogscast, I had to.
Was it like a shitty Minecraft video or something?
It was, but it was back when they were good, and
Sure.
when Minecraft was a lot of fun.
Got it. Understood.
Now I don't find Minecraft fun.
Nobody does. Except for...
That's not true.
Except for like 8-year-olds.
Yeah, I was going to say, tons of 8-year-olds and pedophiles like it.
God damn it, Nathan. Anyway, so there were a total of like 23 miners that were in the mine. The exact number is I've seen lots of exact numbers. And none of them match. Anyway, so there was an earthquake that hit Poland, and one of Poland's chief resources is coal still, and so they still have a lot of coal mines and people working in those coal mines. The earthquake...
Poland is like every conservative's dream country.
Yeah.
They still use coal for a large portion of what they do. They're very anti-immigrant. They haven't accepted an immigrant in their country since like the 80s or 90s.
So an earthquake hit, caused a mine to collapse. The majority of people have already been saved and or found. They currently had 5 people that were unable to be located. They found one of them. He is alive. They have not gotten him out yet, but they are in contact with him. To the rest of the mine shaft, they have drilled a very thin hole and have stuck a tube in there to pump air into it. One to let gas out and to pump air in so that if anyone is still alive, they aren't going to suffocate. But there are still 4 people that are completely unaccounted for. And unfortunately, trying to get to where they would be is very difficult as a significant amount of rubble has collapsed in the way.
Well, I mean, at this point, it just seems like it's just going to take time for them to be dug out.
Probably, but like, it's a question of how long is it going to take. Rescuers are working nonstop, and they do have a lot of very high-tech equipment in order to try and get to them. But, I mean, you still don't exactly have, you know, tons of time.
Fair.
So, hopefully that there are currently 200 people, more than 200 people working on the site. So hopefully with that many people and with good equipment, it does mean that they will be able to quickly get to anyone that is still trapped underneath. It's like, hopefully they're alive. We don't know, but hopefully we'll find out soon.
Yeah, hopefully these guys get out. Like, I'm a fairly claustrophobic individual, and I don't think that would be anything that anyone should have to go through.
Well, and like the other thing that might even make it worse is like if the power is still on, so the lights are still on, cool. If not, then it's just pitch black.
Yo, I've seen The Descent. Fuck that.
Yeah, no.
And not to mention, like, if they're stuck in there for so long and they don't have food.
In any case, number 4, woman wins $1.2 million on an $18 Kentucky Derby bet.
It was submitted by temporarycreature to our news.
So, what this is like, this is a 1 in a million shot, essentially. So, what it is that she spent $18 on a pick 5 wager, okay? And so what it was is that she picked, and the only way she would win is if all of them were correct. And she picked for all 5 races at the Kentucky Derby, so the Kentucky Derby itself and the 4 races that are leading up to the main event, she picked the winning horses from every single one of those events. Now, like the main event, everyone basically knew who was going to win. He had 3-1 odds to win. This was a horse named Justify. Now, the other ones, though, it was significantly more contentious. So it was $18 for her to make the bet, and because she got every single one of them right, those odds stacked up to result in her receiving $1.2 million in winnings from $18.
That's pretty cool. That's impressive. Definitely not like the Darren Brown thing.
No.
Oh, that's super cool.
It is not the largest amount that has ever been won. It is the largest amount that has ever been won compared to its original bet.
I mean, yeah, it's $18 to $1.2 million.
And she was like 80 grand away from having the record for the most money ever won on a single bet for the Kentucky Derby.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, power to you and congratulations.
Oh, it looks like she's my long-lost aunt.
Is she?
Yeah.
Is she, Nathan?
You know, Auntie, I have some ideas for what you can do with your money.
Don't be that guy.
I'm going to be that guy.
I'm totally going to be that guy.
3.
SWAT told Olathe, Kansas police not to go in. Body cams show they did anyway and killed a woman.
Oh, man. This is submitted by skcku to our news.
Yeah, this is a story that So this is about the loss of Sierra Howard. So Sierra Howard, who lived in Olathe, Kansas, she was in a rough situation. She had already been charged with different felonies. None of them were aggressive, though. They were all like mental health issues, stuff like that. And so she was having a bad time, and so the police were called on her. And they did believe that she had a weapon because her boyfriend informed the police that she would have access to his .45 caliber pistol.
Mm-hmm.
And so they didn't go in the house. They were just had the house surrounded. And both the sheriff himself and the SWAT team said, do not go into the house. She is a mentally distressed person that is likely armed. She is only 26 years old and is probably panicking right now. Going in there is going to just result in a negative situation no matter what. Do not go in the house. She is not actually a threat. Just camp out around the house and wait for her to come out. Don't do anything else.
And they were like, yeah, fuck that. We're going in the fucking house.
And, well, several hours passed by, and then they were told, you know what? Back off. Back off from the house. Like, us being there is just causing further distress of the situation. So we don't, like, just leave for now. We'll keep someone on watch. We don't need to literally be, setting up siege around her place. Well, the police officers on site decided that they didn't like that plan because if they went with that plan and pulled back from the site, then it would encourage other people that might not just be simple people that are mentally distressed to take a similar suit of, well, if I just barricade myself in my house with a gun, eventually the cops will go away. And so instead they broke into the house and found her who she had locked herself into her laundry room. And when they came into the laundry room, she was standing there crying and had a gun in her hand. And when she wouldn't put down the gun, they shot and killed her.
Wow, they even have body cam footage of it.
They do have body cam footage of it.
Whoa.
So, this is a rough situation. Like, the sheriff had told them not to go in. The SWAT team had told them not to go in. They go in anyway, which results in them shooting and killing somebody because they were mentally distressed and armed with a firearm.
Okay. So, this shouldn't have happened at all because they should not have gone in.
Exactly. Which, it makes it such a... It's different from, like... They put themselves in this position. They knew she had a gun. They went into a building where they knew there was a person that was mentally distressed that had a gun. They had orders to not go in the building.
They knew she was mentally distressed.
Like, it's one thing when you respond to, like, I'm flustered, so I'm having trouble thinking of the example. Like, you respond to a situation like something's happening at a gas station, and somebody says somebody might be armed. So you don't know what the situation is that you're going to. You don't know what to expect. You get there, you come into the door, somebody raises something towards you. Sure, you don't know if it's a gun or not, so you make that call and you shoot them. Like, there is so much information you don't have in that situation that while it is an unfortunate result that all that guy had in his hand was a remote control for the gas station's television, there's a level of understanding that I can give you. When you know the situation, when you know that there is an armed person in this building, and you know that they are mentally distressed and have mental issues that they have went through the process for in the past, and you have explicit fucking orders to not go in there, I don't have anything to offer you besides fuck you.
Yeah, and at that point, you're the asshole.
Yeah, you're the asshole. This is your fault.
So, not only are these guys going to be fired for not listening to their higher-ups, but I hope other things happen as well, at least in the legal field. Because that woman should be alive. She should be getting mental help right now.
She should. Now, a lot of the deputies that were part of that event are not happy about it. Some of them have made their apologies about it. They didn't even handle it well when it first happened. That doesn't, like, this so easily could have been a different outcome.
I mean, when do we as people need to really buckle down and do something about our police force?
I don't know. Like, it frustrates me and irritates me. Like,
because I understand that our police force is a lot better than a lot of other places around the world. And people who say that stuff should stop deflecting from the issue. The issue is we still have a problem with our police force. Even though ours is better, we shouldn't settle for less.
But ours is worse in so many other ways, too.
To a lot of other places, yes.
And, like, to make a comparison, like, the police in, like Great Britain, okay? Or a lot of parts of Europe, a lot of parts of the world, their police cars are marked in the most, like, brilliant, crazy fucking colors. Like, crazy shapes and colors to get your attention. because they want you to know that the police are there, and so that if you need anything, if you have any problems, you can run to the police to help you. And in America, we have more unmarked police cars, at least it feels like we have more unmarked police cars than we do the standard black and white ones.
Well, I mean, yeah, you got to catch people when they don't know you're around. Otherwise, those prisons aren't going to fill up.
And also,
it's less money.
In America, if you run at a police officer, he's just going to shoot you. Like, there is a better chance that he's going to than he's not to.
Yeah.
And
there's a good chance that even if you're complying with the police officer, you're still going to get shot.
Well, and one of the other things, like, there was a story that was shared around recently of a guy that was from Great Britain that was visiting, he was a tourist in the United States, and he had rented a car and he was driving, and he got pulled over for speeding, and he did what he would do in Britain, where there's not a fear of police, the police don't have a fear of people. And so he got out of, he pulled over to the side of the road, he got out of his car and began walking towards the police cruiser. Because in Britain, when you get pulled over for a speeding ticket, you get out of the car, you walk over to the police officer, you talk to him, you have a conversation, you already have your stuff on you. It's not a big deal. It's not a stressful deal. It's unfortunate for you because you're probably going to get a ticket. But instead, because he's in America, the cop got out of his car, drew his gun, and began shouting at him, and tackled the dude to the ground and arrested him. Because of the culture that exists within America compared to damn near fucking everywhere else.
It's real shitty.
It is shitty. And I feel like so much of it is perpetuated because of the gun culture that exists in our country. And it sucks. It sucks a lot. And it makes me, it really, like, as much as I love America, there's so many things about it that I'm just like, God damn, you're a disappointment in so many ways.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that literally every day.
It's unfortunate because it wouldn't be that difficult to be so much better. But so many people are opposed to the idea of being better because it requires change and effort from them. And that's some shit.
That and a lot of people are lawful evil.
Yeah.
2.
Connecticut passes bill giving electoral votes to presidential candidate who wins popular vote.
This is submitted by Plainchant to Art Politics.
So, this isn't 100% official yet. They have passed the bill, and they are one of 12 states that have done the exact same thing, and this includes, they are the 11th state, in addition to Washington, D.C., which is where I got the number 12 from, to join an interstate compact to pool their electoral college votes for the candidate who wins the popular vote, is how that works. Now, so they voted 21-14 in favor of this, but it doesn't actually take effect unless it actually hits the point to where the compact will result in a winning vote for whoever had the popular vote. So currently with the number of states, it totals a total of 172 votes from the Electoral College that would go to whoever won the popular vote. But it will not go into effect unless there are enough states that result in the 270 that would need to guarantee the victory to whoever gets the popular vote.
Okay, so they're still going by Electoral College unless that one thing happens.
Well, and the thing is they would still be going by Electoral College. What they're getting around the Electoral College by putting in place bills that say, regardless of the breakdown, our electoral votes will go to whoever wins the popular vote. But it won't matter and won't take effect unless they have enough states that have those passed to say that our total votes that of agreement that they go to the popular vote is 270 of the Electoral College. So it'll still be the Electoral College that elects somebody, but their votes forcibly go to whoever gets the popular vote on the condition that they have enough votes that it would win through the Electoral College.
I like it.
So, they need 98 more total electoral votes. Not sure what the breakdown on that is, but we'll see.
Well, more power to them, and I hope this gets implemented in a lot more places. Though, that being said, a lot of people are really fucking dumb and would probably vote for a lot of really bad individuals.
Well, I mean...
Also, if you are not campaigning and you happen to accidentally win presidency, are you allowed to, like, decline?
Well, I mean, you could decline even if you won. Like, Trump could have declined the presidency if he wanted to.
Right, but he doesn't want to because he's a whore.
It's just about whatever makes him as popular and as a historical person as he
Yo,
possibly can.
I think he could have done a lot better off historically in the record books if he won and then was like, see, I could win, anyone could win, and then, like, doesn't.
I could have seen a potential for that if his opponent wasn't Hillary Clinton.
Right, that's fair.
But in any case, what was I about to say? Ah, shit, it's gone. I was going to say something in regard. Oh, the question of if someone hadn't elected to run for president and got, we'll say, all of the popular vote, they technically by law are not allowed to become president because they're not on. They even as write-in candidates, so like the people that wrote in like Bernie Sanders and stuff, Bernie Sanders was no longer a candidate. He wasn't a write-in candidate, so those votes were not valid votes.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah, it's the way it works.
That's stupid.
I mean, we can't exactly elect a dead gorilla, okay?
Yes, you can. I'm voting for Harambe.
1.
Kim
Vice President Bantu.
Vice President Bantu. Kim Jong Un received a USB from South Korea's president with a blueprint for connecting.
Wow, that's racist.
What?
I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. For connecting North Korea to the world.
This was submitted by AdamCannon to our World News.
So, yeah, it makes me sad that Korea is making such heavy strides towards peace, and we can't even convince our cops to stop shooting our own people.
But what are you talking about? It's all Donald Trump's fault that the Koreans are making up. That's why he's elected for a Nobel Peace Prize.
He's not been nominated for it yet, but
I'm sorry.
Yeah, the South Korean president believes that President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, should receive a Nobel Peace Prize for his work in instigating peace between North and South Korea. Now, there is a large amount of progress that is being made between North and South Korea. They're continuing to really just work towards actually achieving that on an actual level. Like, they're almost actually there, including North Korea talking about being willing to denuclearize themselves, which is amazing. Now, the next step that South Korean President Moon Jae-in has taken is he has provided a USB drive to North Korea that gives them instructions on essentially how to be a first world country without being dickbags. Like, here's where you need to set up trade. Here's where you should connect your countries where. It gives them instructions on how to set up these specific...
How to be as popular as South Korea.
Yeah, kind of, sure.
South Korea is real big, at least in, like, Seoul and stuff.
It includes 3 belts, one along the eastern coast and Russian border for energy and resources, along the western coast for transportation and logistics with China, and a third across the land border for tourism. So here are ways that you can improve the quality of life in your country and stimulate your economy while allowing the rest of the world to connect with you.
That's real helpful. That's real fucking helpful for any country, really.
So now, here's my question for you, Nathan, because a lot of people are like, "Oh man, the Kim family doesn't want to let anybody in because they'll be, tried for crimes against humanity." If Kim Jong Un just starts to be like a genuinely good dude and doing everything he can to benefit his people, where do you sit on that then?
I then will say that Kim Jong Un is now a good person.
Okay.
I don't care about a person's past.
Sure,
right?
I was just curious.
For the most part, there are some things that I care about in a person's past, but for the most part, you could be one of the worst fucking dudes. You can be like one step below Hitler, but as long as you're actively trying to make a difference and actively trying to be a good guy and still maintaining your goodness, that's fine. Oh fuck!
Did you break everything?
Well, okay, so kind of. The side to my computer fell off, and it knocked down a cord that knocked down my speakers, which my speakers were placed in a very precarious position.
Sure.
That is supposed to keep my monitor on.
Okay.
And now my monitor is not on.
Nice.
So I have to try and fix that.
Cool. All right. Well.
I'm not dead.
Oh, wait.
Oh shit!
There we go. Democrats lose ground with millennials. Listener submission. Do you want to guess? Just guess.
Chadwick.
Via?
Facebook.
No, email. You should have just went at
What the fuck is the Chrome Help Center? How do I escape this?
I don't know. Embrace your hell. So, Reuters recently did a poll with millennials, this is people ages 18 to 34, regarding where they stand on a majority of political issues specifically related to the parties. And what they found is that it used to be, like about 5 or so years ago, that younger people strongly sided with Democrats, and Democrats very strongly relied on the young vote to get what they wanted through. But now, those damn millennials, they have seen that millennials have very little allegiance at all to any party, and are instead they have allegiances to candidates that do what they want.
I don't know what's going on.
What's wrong? Can you still hear me?
I don't know what the fuck this Chrome web browser thing is doing, and now like I don't know where any of the tabs that I just had open.
That's fine. We'll just try and finish up the show.
No, that's not fine. That is hours upon hours of D&D stuff.
Porn, Nathan, all of it.
I didn't bookmark. No, what? I bookmarked that shit.
By the way, Control-Shift-T in Chrome will reopen closed tab. No, wait, I think that opens a new tab. No, Control-Shift-T will reopen closed tabs.
Okay, that's cool. Now I have to figure out how to get to my tabs.
Well, I can't help you there. Anyway, so Nathan, how do you feel about that statement that you are not aligned to a party and instead you are aligned to candidates and ideals?
I will tell you, I'm definitely... God damn it, this fucking screen. I'm more aligned towards ideals than parties. I dislike the idea of being forced into a group and then disagreeing with that group on a good majority of things.
I agree. And that's like my original liked candidate for the 2016 presidential election was a Republican who was Marco Rubio. And I don't care what party you're with if you are doing the things that I think are good. And that's what this poll really shows, is that it doesn't matter which party you are if you are saying the right things, essentially.
Yeah, so definitely Democrats are losing ground with millennials because a lot of millennials are now realizing that it shouldn't be a two-party system.
Right. Well, and even beyond that, it's less of like... Because a lot of the generations before ours were like, I vote Republican and only Republican. And if you're not a Republican, well, fuck you.
Yeah, a lot of people are like that. And
it still goes that way in a lot of situations. And it goes on the other side of that fence as well. If you're not Democrat, and I'm not voting for you because fuck you. And millennials are like, I don't care. What the fuck? Hang on. Hey, Nathan, talk about this for a second. My buzzer just went off.
They're like, yo, I don't really care what party you're affiliated to. But, like, dude, if you start preaching some of that good preach, if you're particularly woke, I'm going to follow you. So what these politicians should really start doing is feign wokeness. In which case, then they will really get a hold of the millennials.
Well, and I mean, really, a lot of an election is purely just trying to get somebody into a voting booth and hitting the number that has your name next to it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the whole point of an election. Nothing else matters. It doesn't matter what you say during the election if it got people to vote for you, as long as you get elected and stay elected.
Yeah. I mean, theoretically. Unless you really only want to do one term.
Me seats, look at me!
Nathan, what did you care about in the last fucking week?
That Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, dropped 2 songs.
I need to see his, what is it, Made in America? Is that one of them?
This is America.
This is America. I have been told to watch that video. Specifically watch the video.
Yeah, you do. It's real good. It's real meme-worthy, but it also really speaks about the African-American side of America.
Sure.
Like, if you really start analyzing it. The other one is called Saturday, and he performed that on Saturday Night Live.
Nice.
And it was very... almost disco-y, It was fairly disco-y in feeling, while... the other one, This Is America, feels more like almost mumble rappy, but not quite mumble. Like, it's much better than that.
Right on.
So, like, it feels weird because he has this wide range of things. And it made me really stop and think. Like, Donald Glover is doing the things that Kanye thinks he's doing.
Yeah.
And it's fucking awesome. Like, I fully believe Donald Glover's the next Kanye. He's the next Easy.
So I have two things. One, police unsure if car dangling from Toronto Bridge is part of a movie shoot.
This is submitted by Echo Spring to R Not the Onion.
So they have since cut that car off of the bridge. They found out that it is a hollowed-out vehicle. It has no windows, no windshield, no engine, no nothing. It is just the frame and the body. And from what they can tell, it was just a really elaborate prank.
That's awesome.
The other thing that I cared about is that like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, Jennifer's in Hawaii. So I've been having to fill my own time. So I watched 3 Marvel movies over the goddamn weekend. I have now watched Black Panther, Spider-Man Homecoming, and Infinity War. And
a lot of people didn't like Spider-Man Homecoming.
Really? I fucking love that movie.
I think they're wrong. I think it's... So I feel like The Amazing Spider-Man 2 would have been loads better.
Like,
if they didn't have the Shocker being portrayed that way.
Honestly, I think the Vulture is my favorite villain in the MCU.
That's...
In the MCU. Not my favorite Marvel villain, my favorite one from the movies.
You know, I'd even go on a stretch for that one.
Who do you feel is better?
Thanos.
He's all right.
Ultron was pretty good.
No, absolutely not.
Dude, Ultron was amazing. He took one look at the internet and was like, yo, everyone needs to fucking die. I agree with that, man.
Sure. It didn't make him a good villain or that movie good.
Yo, actually, I really like that movie.
The movie's garbage.
Loki.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
Let's see. Now I have to actually start thinking. The Red Skull?
He was all right.
Yo, he was amazing. What else? Iron Man ones. The first Iron Man movie, the villain there was pretty good. The second one, not as much.
Third one, definitely no.
The third one's definitely no. Thor had some dope-ass villains. It had, oh god, it can...
No, Thor the Dark World is a garbage movie. Don't even try and say it.
Nah, dude, Thor the Dark World was awesome.
Oh god, alright, we're getting out of this show, so I don't have to...
Just because... Alright, fuck you, first of all. Just because any movie now made by Marvel is now in the same vein as Guardians of the Galaxy doesn't make the previous ones any worse.
I never thought Dark World was good. I will point that out.
Dark World was a good movie.
Dark World has 2.5 good scenes, 1.5 of which require you to know Norse mythology.
Or watch the previous movie.
Like when Loki is acting like all of the other Avengers, good scene. When the hammer is trying to chase Thor through the fucking cosmos, good scene.
Yo,
the rest of the movie is not very good.
You failed to realize that the best scenes were in that movie, and that's the best scenes with Kat Dennings.
Ugh. You depress me. Anyway,
the Collector is a good. Well, I guess he's
not a villain. Anyway, let's get out of here, buddy.
Ronan's a good villain.
So, everybody, if you would please consider supporting this show, patreon.com/dailyinternet. Pick up some merchandise from the link in the description below. Otherwise, follow and share the show on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, all of which are at iReaditcast. 5-star reviews of downloading the audio-only versions on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play also help us immensely. And submit stories for us to talk about to our subreddit, which is reddit.com/r/iReaditcast. Or send them to us in an email, which is iReadit@mjolnir.media. And that is it, everybody. That is your 466th dose of the internet. We will be back tomorrow, bearing, horrible exception or accident. And so we will be back to our regular schedule of 6 p.m. Alaska time on Facebook and YouTube. And we will hopefully, again, barring exception, have a full 4 episodes for you this week. That is it, everybody. That is your 466th dose of the internet. I am Michael Schwahn.
And I'm Polly Scar.
And please remember, everybody.
Well, I didn't vote for you.
Have a good day, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.